There we go. Hey guys, hey boys. I appreciate your opinion on the matter, but you know. Hello everyone, Nordic Beast here, and welcome back to Space Planets. I mean, Engineers. Planets. Yeah, we're just gonna call this game Planets from now on. Anyway, I have been playing this last few days, but I haven't really had enough time to record, and I've also been trying to figure out different problems, or at least solutions to problems. And the biggest one is my one ship that I had that was capable of landing on planets was a little on the big side, so I didn't really have a ship that could handle it in its size. I was trying to fly it externally on other ships, and I'm like, no, this is ridiculous. So eventually I built this ship here. This is the Midwinter Explorer. So it's just a simple exploration ship. There's not much to it. It has simple defense. It has... that is irritating, I'm sorry. It has the 3 Gatling turrets, one on either side and one under the nose. And it's mounted just above the rocket turret you see there. The little tower on the bottom that has all the communications and detection gear underneath, the laser antenna. The regular antenna has a beacon inside, and then of course the ore detector you see back there. And it has 2 other refineries that are fully upgraded. It has 2 assemblers that are not upgraded. A single reactor, 2 jump drives, and a large cargo container. And then of course it has the large bay you see on the front that's capable of actually carrying a decent sized ship inside. So it's all pretty simple, as you see here. Not too much to the ship. It's not quite done yet, but it's pretty close. All the crowd pods, med bay, and everything, gyros. Then we go down here. Just basic rooms and all that. And the oxygen is actually back here. There's one on either side. Comes through these vents, and then there's another vent on the top, to the floor on the top floor of here. Right back here. So the oxygen can come through, which I think it can actually seep through back there anyway, but just in case, I wanted to make sure it could get through. Right. So the whole reason I built this thing... Oh, come on, this is getting irritating. Sorry, the button detection is like really off. Look at that. So I ended up designing this. It is my first surface to orbit and vice versa, or trans-atmospheric fighter. Now, I originally designed it more as just a single-person exploration ship, but I also wanted to make sure that it was engineered as a fighter as well, and it seems to work just fine as both. So the only issue is it seems like dampeners are still at ×1 for small ships, and they're supposed to be ×5, and it's getting on my nerves. I both like it and I dislike it. I like it because now everything kind of drifts and you feel a bit more like an actual spacecraft. I do like that, but I want my fighters to feel like a fighter. It's driving me nuts that I'm sliding everywhere, which makes small ship fighters rather impractical right now. And that's irritating. That's one of my favorite things about this game, and I can't really do it. So. Now, the big disadvantage of this ship is it only has 3 batteries. So for roughly, you've got about 20 minutes worth of fuel. So if you're taking off from an actual planet, you're probably going to want to recharge, but I would rather recharge than have to deal with hydrogen, because the hydrogen tanks on small ships run out so fucking fast, it's useless. It's goddamned useless. I don't even know why the hell they have tanks for small ships right now. They are that useless. So, alright, now down below, I have one of the Titan moons. Come on, open up. Well, that's the alien world there. That's one of the Titan moons. Now, the Titan moon and the alien world both have the space fighters, the Syboids, I think they're called. Now, the moons, all the moons, are 0.25 gravity, so a quarter gravity, which isn't bad. In real life, actually, the moon is 1/6 gravity, yet it's 1/4 mass, I believe. Or maybe it's 1/4 volume. It's 1/4 mass. Anyway. I figured I'll fly this on down there and show you guys what it can do. Oh, actually, really quick before I do that, a tip on docking small ships to large ships right now, especially when it comes to locking landing gear. turn off your dampeners before you lock, because if you don't, you get the gear exploding problem. If you shut off the dampeners, no explosions. So, I'm not exactly sure why. Here, let me turn my light off. It's weird, it shines the light out through the cockpit. Go ahead and release. Nice. I'm going to shut off my connector so I can actually get away. There you go. This is the Warden, by the way, if I haven't mentioned that yet. Alright, let's go ahead and drop down. Now, as you see, it has 2 small and 1 large atmospheric thruster right there in the middle, and it has 2 on the back in between the large thrusters. So I'm going to go ahead and turn those on. If I'm not using them, I go ahead and shut them off. Now, when diving down to a planet, you're going to want a shallow angle. So as you come down, slowly pull up so that you're not plowing into the ground. Even if it's at max speed like this, you're fine. You just want to be sure that you can pull up close to the ground. Alright, so now as you see, my ion thrusters are slowly starting to die down and my atmospheric thrusters are kicking on. Slow down here. Now the only issue is flying on a planet, or well, it's a moon actually, but flying on like a moon or a planet, it can take some time to get down to the damn surface without blowing yourself up. And mostly it's because of how shitty dampeners are right now. This thing should be slowing down a little bit better, but it's not. Alright, here we go. Alright. So be warned, I might have some Syboids come attack me now. Come on, stop. Ooh, that's a nice view. Look at that. Come on. Stop moving, ship. Thank you. There we go. So pretty much like the single seat, or I'm sorry, the single exploration version of this ship will have 1 gun to defend itself against these Syboids if they pop up. Like they might. They do pop up on the Titan and the alien worlds, like I said. It's just there's no guarantee. They just kind of spawn at some point. And I found it. Oh, there they are. Hey boys. 1 spawned up high. Hiya! Get out of here. Hey, asshole. So yeah, I do find it just kind of easy. You know what? I haven't tried. Hey, buddy. Oh, there's the new gun sounds. Listen to that. Alright, so at least you got to see us land. So let's go ahead and head back up to the midwinter. There we go. So as you gain altitude, like you can still keep the atmospheric thrusters on, but again, this place with moons and such, it's so small, you can just shut them off. It's not a big deal. On an actual like 1G world, which I'll probably land over there on the alien world, you'll see you want to keep the atmospheric thrusters on longer to help you keep nose up. There we go. Now the only thing that can get tedious after a while, especially when it comes to planets, taking off and landing on planets, or at least taking off from them, is having to thrust continuously until you reach that 40,000 meter mark to actually pass the gravity well. Because if you don't keep thrusting, it's eventually going to stop you and pull you back. I mean, look how long it takes for this thing to slow down. Ugh. Anyway, there we go. Alright, let's shut off dampeners, shut that off, shut lights off, dock it. Yeah, and then there's that weird, like, where you just saw me, like, glitch over for a second. Oh, look, see all my thrusters are off? Or not off, but, like, all the... where the thrusters are burning. It's so weird. Come on. There we go. Yeah, that one's better. Okay, that's bad. Alright. I'm gonna figure this out and I'll be back when I'm at the alien planet. this should just give you a brief idea. Let's see. As you see, my ship's only, what, 3K out? And you can still see it there. And I was about 41,000. So I think it's about 45,000 meters to be at the edge of the gravity well, because my ship is just on the edge of the gravity well. I didn't want to bring the ship in, so it's not constantly thrusting and things like that. So, like I said, this will be my first time landing it on an alien planet. So, but it's same amount of G-force and should have the same effect. There's a couple of things. Each planet has a different oxygen amount and a different atmosphere density. I'm not exactly sure what the density does. I think it might have to do with the atmospheric engines. I think it might be like the Mars-like planet has a thin atmosphere, so that might mean the atmospheric thrusters thrust less. I don't know that for sure, but that might be what they mean. But it has like no oxygen. Each one has like a different amount of oxygen it can, of oxygen intake it can have. Which actually reminds me, I need to add. Oh, where is it? Do I not have one? Oh, I don't. I need to add an air vent. You can now add air vents to small ships. The reason, it's so that if you're, say, flying in a cockpit like this, you can turn on the air vent to depressurize, and what that allows you to do is it pumps oxygen into your ship. Now, again, untested, but in theory, wait, no, okay, I don't have one. I'm dumb. I'll have to add one on at some point. I might be able to add one to the top. So, I'm very limited on where I can put stuff on this thing. So, anyway, yeah, you can refill your oxygen that way. So, it might also affect how much oxygen you can get, you know, out of the atmosphere and stuff, like how quickly. So, alright, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this, and I'll come back when we get a little bit closer. Alright, looks like we're about to come down to the atmosphere. So I just did a little bit of math. Going roughly 100 meters a second takes, what, a minute to go 6,000 meters. So 6 divided by 45 is 7.5. So ideally, minimum time is 7.5 minutes from a ship just on the edge of orbit down to the planetary surface. Now that doesn't include deceleration time or any other variables like that, like distance and all that stuff. So I'm go ahead and turn on my atmospheric thrusters. Since I am now in the Earth. Yeah, I think I am. Yeah, I'm in the atmosphere. So I still have plenty of time to come down. Right, aim up a bit here. Start thrusting to the side. I think I'll try to land over by, I think that's a lake. I've cut dampeners for now, so I still get pulled down. There we go. Yeah, I see like the midwinter's at 42,000 meters right now. Okay, there we go. So one thing I do want to say, I'm sorry I had to drop down to medium graphic settings, or well, yeah, I think it's all medium graphic settings. I tried to get textures to high, but even then my frame rate drops down below 30, and that's not even including recording. So at least on medium I can get above 30. Yeah, listen to the engine sounds went. I think it's just like a startup sound. Yeah, here's a nice little bug. The floating foliage. Now, I've been on the alien world before, but I've never really looked around all that much. It's quite interesting. It's very pretty. I bet it's quite a challenge to live on, or to survive on one of these. Again, having to constantly worry about oxygen, having to constantly worry about, you know, the bug attacks. I think your best bet there is to have a place on stilts, so then you can have guns underneath. Whoop, whoop, oh, there we go. Oh, no, I did have dampeners on, my bad. Alright, let's slow this down. There we go. Now, ideally, you could put atmospheric thrusters in more directions. I mean, mine's just down and then back. But the way I look at it is... Oh no, 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 no! I am a lucky son of a bitch. Holy shit. Oh, oh, did I lose a thruster? I lost 2 thrusters. I bet you I could still probably make it to orbit with this. Crap. But as you see, I have to be more cautious here because of the higher gravity. And as you see, I can take off, but I also drop a lot faster. Crap. I think I'll have to spawn a new one of these. Whoa, hey guys! Oh. Alright, you're pissing me off now. Tree behind me? Oh no, it's just more Savoids. Dude! There we go. Hey guys! Hey boys! I appreciate your opinion on the matter, but you know. Oh. Alright, come on. Alright, that's what I'm gonna do. Boop boop. Nice. There we go. I do have one. Yay! I didn't know if I had like the blueprint on me at the moment or what. So hopefully it's not one that had broken before. Actually, yeah, because I had trouble with this earlier. There's something. Come on. There's something going on with the thrusters. It was acting weird, so I had to copy it. So there we go. All right. Anyway, don't do what you see over there. Be much more cautious with your ship when trying to land. My dampers on? Yeah, they're on. Okay, good. Holy shit! What? Whoa, what? Holy crap! So yeah, this is why you want guns, even on or even at least a single cannon. Get off my ship. There you go. Granted, I crashed that one, but still stay off it. That's why you at least want one gun on your ship. So, all right. Just to show that this thing can't actually take off, I am pressing spacebar to get maximum thrust out of the downward thrusters, and as you gain altitude, your ion thrusters will kick on. So just keep this going, and then as they increase thrust, eventually, as I get to the edge of the atmosphere, I'll go ahead and shut off. Oh, okay, so that's too high. Here we go. I'll eventually shut off the atmospheric thrusters. Where is... There's the midwinter, okay. Yeah, as you tilt up, you want to keep an eye on your speed. Make sure that you're still making 104. There we go. Sorry about the botch to landing. That was pretty awful. Antenna, 44,000. That can't be right. What is that? Huh. Oh! I have a base down here. Wow. Just randomly I landed near the base. The base isn't anything. It's a Starship Trooper style base. I'm sure just about everybody has done it. There you go. Atmospheric thrusters off. Where I made a wall around it made out of blast door blocks. And it has a door and a couple of interior turrets, and that's it. So, okay, that makes sense. So there you have it. Now, pretty much I just have to hold down the S key, or I'm sorry, the W key, for what, 7 minutes or so while I make my way back to the midwinter. So that's pretty much what I've done with Space Engineer so far as the planets update goes. So, oh, look at those cannons. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think of like the midwinter and the warden here, and what would you guys like to see me do with planets. As far as, well, one of the things I do want to mention, as far as the Glorious Adventures goes, planets might be involved, but I don't know if, like, Dracul or Wiseman can handle planets right now. So, again, I haven't really had much time to be on, so I haven't talked to them since the update. Since I'm only on here for a little bit at a time, I don't even bother going online. So I should find out what's going on with them, see if their computers can handle it even on, like, low settings or anything like that. So I believe Lord Wiseman wants to record when we do that, but I don't think anybody else is. I think it's just going to be me and him. So it's not like the low quality is really that big of a deal. It's just as long as it's playable. I'm not going to do that to them if it's unplayable for them. So yeah, and not only that, if I can get my lander to land on the NID public server, I will start building there, because I want to start figuring out how to build in survival on a planet, because a lot of people seem to be having tons of problems with it, and I want to see what solution I can come up with, especially if you're starting from scratch. And now the biggest thing about planets right now when you're down there is your thruster pack burns out in 7 seconds. So it doesn't last very long, and it feels like a far less than 7 seconds. Not to mention, also, uranium is very hard to come by. So you have to start with solar power almost immediately, like as soon as you can, solar power and batteries. Now I'm okay with that. I like solar power, I like batteries. That's fine. But again, it kind of limits your options. It makes it more difficult to get out in space, which was their goal as far as that is concerned. So it does seem like a bit of a hassle. I wish you could start a planetary map like this one, but start in space. Getting to and from planets is more your goal, instead of trying to get off of a freaking planet. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's about it for now. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, hit the like button, and I will see you guys next time.